Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is INZOI here. If you have been keeping track of my channel, I have been updating you guys on the upcoming life simulation game called INZOI that's releasing on March 27th in the Western Hemisphere. So the North Americas or the Americas, the Canada, and so on and so forth. And then it's releasing March 28th for those that are on the eastern side of the hemisphere, especially those that are in South Korea or the Asian countries as well. They will be releasing on March 28th, but I think the eastern or the western side will have access to it a bit earlier or the day before, which is pretty cool. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about the recommended hardware requirements that INZOI wants, or the team of INZOI wants to you guys to know or to have before playing the game. And I'm glad that they did this because a lot of people were stressing and worried, could their PC or laptop run the INZOI game? But however, we have not seen a game like INZOI before. I just want to keep that in mind. This game is super realistic. It has high detailed graphics. It has an AI system that will generate objects in it as well. And I feel like people don't understand how hefty and this game can be, or how heavy this game can be when trying to run on a computer. So I think it's imperative that we understand that INZOI is going to require some high functioning powered laptops, PCs, desktops, or gaming laptops as well. But let's start with the official hardware requirements that INZOI has released. As you can see that they want us or anybody to have the minimum processor by Intel 1.5 or AMD Ryzen 5. Memory, 12 gigabytes of RAM, and for the graphics card, NVIDIA RTX 2060. So just keep that in mind if you're trying to purchase a laptop that you need to have the minimum requirements of that if you want to play or run INZOI. You also need to have 40 gigabytes of storage as well to have. And a lot of people, I'm gonna put a disclaimer, a lot of people were worried about the internet connection required. Keep in mind that INZOI has Canva, in which you can upload Zoi's lots or objects, I believe, as well into it. I think people were shocked that or disappointed that they saw internet connection required. But guys, keep in mind, a lot of games on Steam or the EA app require you to need internet in order to install. I feel like people are getting worried for no reason about that. I mean, of course you can be worried about whatever, but just keep in mind you need to have internet to install the game or to access Canva. And I believe that people just need to wait until they give an announcement that no, you do not need internet to play offline. I believe you can play offline. I don't think they will release a game that would not be able to be played offline. So I just want to just put a disclaimer and just maybe hopefully that could ease some worries about that. But let's get into the medium requirements. You need an Intel i7 or an AMD Ryzen 7 as well, but Ryzen 7 5800. You need 16 gigabytes of RAM. And for graphics card, you need a NVIDIA RTX 3060. All right. So also you need 50 gigabytes of storage just as a medium requirement. Again, internet connection, but recommended. This is where I kind of fall in line. I was really hoping and praying that my computer itself would be enough to handle INZOI on the ultra high settings. I love playing with ultra high detailed graphics, but for recommended, you need an Intel 17, no, i7, sorry, an i7 and an AMD Ryzen 7 7800. I believe I have that as well. So I'm okay with that part in that section or that section, but a memory of or RAM of 16 gigabytes and an NVIDIA RTX 3070. Okay, so that is the recommended. To me, once we go through the graphics, you will see that the recommended looks just as good as the high settings. Okay, I don't want you guys to worry because I'm gonna go through it and I'm gonna give my opinion on it. But I believe that the recommended and high settings look just as fine. Actually, I'm gonna be honest, the medium recommended and high settings look just kind of me just the same. To me, it looks the same. They all look really good together. They all look really good. The only difference is minimum. Minimum is the only one that looks drastically different. Well, not drastically different, but slightly different compared to medium, recommended, and high. If you can handle medium, recommended, and high, then your game should look fantastic. Not saying that the minimum is bad looking, but I think medium, recommended, and high looks just as good with each other or in compared to each other. But for high, for those that have the big bucks and have a nice PC or gaming laptop, you need an Intel i7 and an AMD Ryzen 7 9800. You need 32 gigabytes of RAM, graphics or graphics card, NVIDIA RTX 4080. Okay, this is where you want to take the time to look at this if you want to note this down or if you see it, but I made a simpler version of it for you guys if you couldn't see it in the previous version that the INZOI team made, but this is just a simple, nice version that you guys can look at as well. In case you do or don't care, but I just want to state my gaming PC laptop specs. I have an Acer Nitro 16 gaming laptop. My processor is AMD Ryzen 7, but it is in a 7000 series. Thank God. It's in a 7000 series. My GPU is a NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4070, and I have RAM of 32 gigabytes. All right, enough about me. Let's get into how the graphics look. If you can look, I put the with the graphics look or what the team showed as they gave their visual demonstration of the game. They did the minimum versus the medium graphics and the recommended graphics versus the high graphics. If you guys want to take a look at that, I will also show the video of them moving around or walking around or playing with the graphics during or after I finish speaking or after this video. So you guys can look at that or you can go check it out on their channel as well. But if to me, I think the minimum graphics look just like an updated version of The Sims 3. I know, talk about comparisons and I don't like comparisons to The Sims to INZOI. But if we take a look at the minimum graphics for INZOI, they look like if Sims 3 and GTA 5 had a baby and just came out perfect. I'm sorry. It looks like that. It looks like that. I'm sorry, but it looks like the minimum graphics for INZOI looks so fantastic, at least in my opinion. So if I was going to get a cheap laptop, and I would be happy, more than happy to play on the minimum graphics in my opinion. It just looks fantastic to me. I don't have no complaints about the minimum graphics at all. I believe that the minimum graphics should be just a basic common flatline baseline where people don't play INZOI, and that anybody that wants to increase and go to medium, recommended, or high, then they just want to see more detailed graphics. But to me, minimum graphics look just as fine to me. It looks like a better version of how The Sims 3 should have looked or would have looked if it was made in a modern time. But that's just me. But also as well. So let's move on to the medium graphics look really good to me. I know a lot of people that I saw on Reddit said they're going to be playing in a medium graphics type range, and I believe that's best. I think medium graphics look just as good as the recommended and high graphics. I think I'll be playing right in between the recommended and high graphics, give or take. I don't know for sure yet. I will have to do it because I want to live stream the game and play it for you guys or play it for people that do want to see it. But the recommended graphics and the high graphics, if you can take a look, they look pretty darn good to me. I love it. There seems to be no difference for me, honestly. Maybe you can point this out, somebody else can point this out. But there seems to be no difference for me between the medium, recommended, or high graphics, at least in my opinion. I can tell that the high graphics has a little bit more darker shading or more detailed shading, but it's not nothing significant. And I need glasses to see, so I don't mind how these graphics look. They look fantastic regardless of which setting you play on. they showed some videos of some clips of Zoids interacting with each other. As you can see, there's like two Zoids in the park as well, interacting and things like that. And you can see the graphics. To me, again, all these graphics types look really good from the medium even to the high graphics. I'm gonna still try and play between recommended and high graphics because I love ultra detailed games. So I love that. And you can see that there was even a close up on a Zoe, how a Zoe close up will look. And I'm glad that they showed this up close because to me, I don't see that much difference between the minimum graphics and the high graphics as well. I guess you can say, at least in my opinion, I did notice that the minimum graphics is like just slightly blurry or a little fuzzy, but that's not nothing to down the game on. Like it's trying to help you run the game as smoothly as it possibly can. So I don't mind that the game looks like that on minimum graphics, but as you can see that in high graphics, you can see more pores or details within the Zoid's face. And I'm just glad because I know people were concerned that INZOI was not utilizing enough different variety or diverse characters. But I'm seeing that they have shown more Zoids, more and more Zoids with different skin tones, skin shapes, ages, genders, things of the sort. That doesn't bother me because I'm just proud of the team and what INZOI has done so far. I don't mind. Of course, diversity is really good, but I'm just glad that they are listening to fans and delivering on what they promised. But again, take a look at these images of Zoids or INZOIs interacting. Again, to me, the minimum graphics do not look that bad. It looks like if Sims 3 got an update or a more detailed um, version of itself in a modern time. But as we move to medium, recommended, and high, you can see how detailed and how good the game looks, honestly, in those settings. And I believe that people should strive for at least the medium settings if they can. Like, at least try to strive for number two. But it's okay if you want one. Again, it's okay if you want medium or minimum. But I will at least try to make medium as just a good looking game. But again, you can tweak your laptop or PC to help you get the best graphics and overall smoothest gameplay possible as well. So now that we have discussed that and take a look into the hardware requirements, I want to know how you guys feel about this moving forward. Do you think this is unreasonable? Do you think that this is really fine for you as a gamer? To me, I feel like people should update their laptops, at least try to update their laptops because more and more new games are coming out, such as Grand Theft Auto 6 and things like that. I know people want to play like open world games that are very detailed, but you have to put in the effort or work, in my opinion, to get a better laptop to help run those type of games. Because even to me, playing The Sims 3 on this very bulky or very, in my opinion, good, pretty well laptop, The Sims 3 doesn't work well, and that's because The Sims 3 was made in 2009, where it's not noticing or recognizing that it's on an updated laptop. They're still trying to fit for like older version of the laptops, and it's just not working for me. And I don't think I can continue to play Sims 3. But thankfully, INZOI is coming out in just a few weeks, and I'm so excited to see that as well. And I can't wait to show you guys gameplay for those that probably don't want to get it or that are still waiting to get a laptop in order for them to play it. But other than that, tell me how you guys feel about INZOI, or how do you feel about the hardware requirements for gamers? I think I'll try and list or maybe suggest some laptops that you could have in the next video or that are cheap enough for you to buy or purchase INZOI as well. Again, we do not know the price of INZOI, but it may be coming on the March 19th showcase. They may announce the price of the game. We don't know yet. But however, I would love to know what you guys think, feel, or do you think this is a reasonable hardware requirements for INZOI, or are you going to pass on INZOI now that these required settings or recommended settings for PCs and laptops has came out from the INZOI team themselves? So if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe, or you don't have to because you live your own life as long as you are not hurting people. Other than that, thank you for your time, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.